This is Hannah. Yeah, the Bible animals. Let's go. The other animal story. Barely big. Barely big. Real story. The real story. 1 Samuel chapter 17. David was just a boy, but he had an important job. Yeah, David, important job. And to take care of his family's sheep. He had to keep the sheep safe from bears and lions and other big animals. One day, David called him in from taking care of the sheep. David, go check on your brothers. David's three big brothers were soldiers fighting the scary Philippines, loaded with food and gifts. David traveled to the valley and found his brothers. As they talked, a giant named Goliath thundered out from the other side of the valley. I challenge any one of you scary cats to fight me, he yelled. If you win, we'll give up. David couldn't believe nobody would fight this giant. Goliath was saying bad things about God. I will fight Goliath, David told King Saul. David's brothers left. So did everybody else. You are just a boy, said the king. You think you can be the giant? God helped me fight off bears and lions to save our sheep. David said, God will help me beat Goliath too. And God did just that. All David had was a slingshot. He fired a rock at the giant. The rock struck Goliath, and down he went. No giant is too big for God. Yes, so let's go to the animal. Amazing fair facts, yeah. Most animals who walk on their toes, but can you guess what animals who walk flat-footed? Like you, bears do. President, therefore, Teddy Roosevelt hunted bears, but one time he couldn't bring himself to shoot a cute, fuzzy bear, and that's where your teddy bear got its name. Giant panda bears don't eat meat; they like salads, bamboo shoots, and leaves. Yum! Polar bears don't like salads, but they do like seeds and walrus. Sloth bear don't like salads or seeds. They mainly eat termites, tiny bugs. Koala bears aren't really bears. They are related to kangaroo. Koala? Kangaroo? Yeah. What it means to me. Name 3 things you are afraid of sometimes. Monsters, strangers, thunderstorms, dogs, the dark. It's not a bad idea to put on your brakes around growling animals. And you should always ask your parents about whether strangers can be trusted. But you don't need to be scared. David knew God would help him fight Goliath because God had helped him fight off bears. How has God helped you before? If you're scared of the dark all night, think of all the other nights when you got through just fine. If thunder scares you, remember when God took care of you during other storms. God will help you with your little fears and your big ones. Birds, don't worry because I'm with you. Don't be afraid because I'm your God. I will make you strong and will help you. Isaiah chapter 41:10. Talking to God. That's prayer. God, I do get scared sometimes. Would you please help me remember how you took care of David and how you always take care of me? Thanks. Amen. Yeah, let's go to Oh Dear. Yeah. Oh dear, the real story for 2 Samuel 22. Poor David, everything had started out so well. After David killed Goliath, the king Saul invited young David to the palace to sing for him. David loved to play his harp, and seeing he did all he could to help the king feel good. But in spite of everything, King Saul was trying to kill him. David didn't want to fight back. Saul was the king after all. So David ran away just as fast as a deer. He hid in the mountains. He hid in caves. Saul looked everywhere for David, but God kept David safe. In the end, King Saul gave up. He knew God wanted David to be king. The people cheered, "Hooray, David is king!" David wanted everyone to know that God had protected him, so he wrote a song. Part of it goes like this: God is my strong fortress, and he makes my way perfect. He makes me as sure-footed as a deer, enabling me to stand on mountain heights. 2 Samuel 22 verse 32 through 34. Amazing deer fact. Deer have strong ears. They have so many muscles in their ears that they can turn them in all directions without moving their heads. Can you wiggle your ears? Can you wiggle your ears? Deer have a great sense of smell. To smell even more, deer will lick their noses. Can you do that? Most deer are born with spots that go away in about a few months. Baby deer are called fawns. They have zero smell so that enemies can't find them. What it means to me. Do you like to play hide and seek? David didn't like hiding from King Saul, but he had to do it. It must have been scary to be chased by a king and his whole army, but David trusted God to keep him as sure-footed as a deer. Deer have hooves that keep them from slipping and falling down. David knew God would keep them from falling down too. If another kid takes a toy you wanted, what do? Or if someone grabs the seat you wanted to sit in, do you argue about it? Or like David, are you willing to stop the fight? If a bully tries to push you around, tell your mom and dad. Sometimes you may have to stand up for yourself, but other times it's best to walk away and trust God to take care of the problem. Now might be a good time to talk with your parents about anything that's bothering you. Then you can talk to God about it too. Memory verse: He makes me like a deer, which does not stumble. He helps me stand on the steep mountains. Psalm chapter 18 verse 33. Talking to God. Yeah, God, I don't like it when other people push me around. Please help me trust you to take care of me when somebody else is being good. Amen. Thank you. Yeah, let's go the other story. Yeah.